Welcome to a special presentation of Alaska Gold Expedition at Cripple River Camp.
On today's show, we're going to demonstrate to you how to build a special rocker box. Jack Swick is going to give you a demonstration on how to build this unique rocker box that he came up with. He's going to have the plans for those published on the GPAA website, goldprospectors.org. After he shows you how to build it, then we're going to demonstrate how it works, and we're going to run some material through it, hopefully that has some gold in it. Some stuff that we picked up on the beach here near Nome, Alaska, near Cripple River. We're going to run the rocker box, and then we're going to clean it up and show you the gold that we get with it. So here's Jack.
We're up here at the Cripple River Camp. We're out on the point between the Bering Sea and the Cripple River. Today we're going to try to assemble one of these rocker boxes. This one here you see it's all put together was one we used in a show last year up here, and some of you may have seen it. Had a lot of response. People wanted to know something about it, so we thought we'd try to build one. We've got everything cut out, so basically it's going to be an assembly job. The plans and stuff to build one will be on the internet at the GPAA headquarters. We'll just get busy and see if we can put one of them together. Well, to start with, we're going to assemble the two sides and the bottom of it to give us a base to work from. And normally I'll use a air stapler to fasten this on and glue it. But today we're going to try screwing it on since we're out here in the middle of nowhere and no air, and it's other than the fresh air. This wood here is all walnut except for this Luan plywood. I had the walnut, so I decided to use it. It lasts a long time out in the weather, and it's just fancy, something different. To start with, I'm going to put these T-nuts in the center here so I can put them in there and drive on them, seat them. These are the side pieces of the base of it. These T-nuts is what the legs, where you can adjust it up and down, fasten on there. Now we're getting ready to put the bottom into the sides. We're going to glue it and put screws in it to hold it together. Okay, you just put a small amount of glue down the corners of this. Once it's all together, the glue will actually hold it, and it also seals the edge of the wood. We have that on there. We'll put our board on. I have a little 1/8" drill bit in here. For doing it this way up here, I'm going to drill a little pilot hole to start the screw to make it easier, hold it together. So I'm putting this screw in here, and then I want to take, before I put any more in, I want to glue and start this here so that everything lines up the way it belongs and is squeezed in. So I'll go ahead and put a little glue on this one. Okay, we'll get everything lined back up, and I'll drill another little pilot hole. You can use screws, you could use brad nailer, about anything you can think of. So now I need to put a lot of screws in it to hold it. While I'm doing this, we'll talk a little bit about where these plans are at. They're all going to be available on the internet at goldprospectors.org. If you ever take one of them out and use it, you have so much fun, and they work nice. Kind of fun doing this out here where there's nothing but the sea and the birds, and people standing along the bank catching fish, wondering what I'm up to. If you're going to put one together and use all screws, you're probably looking at using somewhere between 120 and 150 screws. The spacing on these screws is not real critical or anything, about every 2 inches apart. If you notice, there's a place for a T-nut in the ends, only on one end of each one of these, because there's a right and a left. The reason being, when you're done with these, you only take the screws out of the one side, which would be this end here, and the other end will let it pivot up so you can take the carpet out and clean it. And we're going to put one in the end of each one of them because there's a right and a left hand sides. So we'll go ahead and drive this on down where it belongs. We have 2 more T-nuts we need to put in, one on each side of this out here for the other end of the center pieces to pivot on. It takes 8 T-nuts for this whole unit. The cost of building one of these, I guess, depends on what you've got laying around and you know, your hardware and stuff. It varies where you buy it at, whether it's at the local hardware store or whatever. I use mostly stainless steel when I can buy it. The aluminum plates that you'll see as we're installing them, you can just go down to any sheet metal shop and tell them what you want and they'll break them out for you. And the hardware cloth, that's a piece of stainless. I generally just use 1/4 inch hardware cloth. Now we're going to fasten these in here. I always use a small washer 5/16 stainless steel to separate this so that it pivots and it won't drag on the sides so hard. What we do, we rough assemble this, and then we'll take and put all the rest of our center section together, our top plate and our bottom plates. These are 1/4 by 1.5" stainless steel. These are stainless steel 5/16 washers. And if you notice the other bolts I put through from the outside in, well, these go from the inside out, because these are the ones you won't have to take back out. They stay in there permanent. The other ones you'll take out to raise up to take the carpet out. Now we're ready to start installing our plates. Now we have this plate in here and it looks like it's lined up pretty decent. So we'll go ahead and put a screw in each corner of it. Now I need to turn this around and do the same thing on the other end. Get it in there, get it lined up right. Now we have both those in there. Now we have a couple center supports. Generally, if you're using the light hardware cloth, you need these. With that there, I probably wouldn't need these center supports, but you just kind of line them up about like that because you always shovel into the center of it. Now we're ready to put this section of stainless steel hardware cloth in here, and it even fits. Now we're getting ready to drill some holes down through the aluminum. We're going to run screws in here and get it lined up perfect. And that way this will classify all the material and it'll keeps our sides tied together. We get that in, then we're going to take part of it apart and put the bottom plates on. Hey, you noticed the battery seems to be dying on the drill. We'll probably have to take a little break and get it charged back up. I'm just fastening this center support in here. We're getting ready to go take a little lunch break and charge the battery on the drill. That was the last hole it's going to handle, so we'll get back with you right after lunch. Well, we're just fastening the screen in and the center supports. That way it'll stand a lot of abuse. The reason put these center supports in here is when you're out along the river or whatever, you're generally shoveling into it. And without that, your screen has a tendency to fold down in the middle and it'll try to pull the sides together. So these little pieces of angle that are center supports keep it from coming together and also keeps the screen from pushing down in towards the bottom. The reason I put these in to start with is to keep these sides out where they belong. So when I put the rest of the screws in the screen, I don't have to worry about the wood being bowed in the middle. This hardware mesh that we're putting in here now, basically all it is a classifier. It keeps the large material from ever reaching the bottom where our carpet will be, so it don't let the fine gold get knocked out by a larger rock. You know, we'll show you how that works later on in the show, especially when we get to take it out one of these days and try it in the river. It's kind of impressive what it does for very little effort. These are just extra screws to stiffen the ends of the center section up. You pull these two screws out, one on each side. Once you get them out, then this here will raise up out of it and flop over. I have a piece of carpet here, we'll just show you real quick. But it lays in here like so. And then that folds down on it and holds it tight. Now we're getting ready to put these bottom plates on, and they kind of tie everything together. We'll get it lined up where it belongs, and we'll put a couple screws in. The reason for these bottom plates also is to take in all the material that comes down in here. The light material will flow back and come in underneath here and come out in between the openings so that you never end up with any large stuff in there. All these plans will be up on the internet. You can get it at goldprospectors.org. That's a real fun site to go up there and look around on anyway. We're just about done with this little section here. Well, once we laid the carpet down in here, now we've got to put a squeeze on it and put these bolts back in so that everything's held tight. And when we squeeze it down, then the carpet, there's no area in there for anything to escape. So we're going to squeeze it down. And sometimes these screws are a little bit tight when you get doing that. But you'd rather have it tight than loose. And that's all together. Now we can start working on the legs. Okay, this is pretty simple assembly on putting this stuff here together. To start with though, I'm going to go ahead and put our feet on it. Originally I didn't use this center bolt. I just used the 3 bugle head screws. Well, after taking it out and using one for quite a few hours, the screws had a tendency to start working loose. So like a retrofit, we decided to go ahead and put the bolt in to start with this time. I'm putting in another T-nut. That way now I can put the bolt in here, line it up the way I want it. I grabbed my little speedy square to make sure it's square. Now I can go ahead and tighten it down, and then I'll put the 3 little screws in, the bugle heads. These here keep this foot from rocking around. That's the only purpose of them. That one's done. I'll snug this on down. Ready to start on the other side. You can use about any kind you need or whatever you happen to have handy. I'm sure people will make a lot of changes, little shortcuts. So now we're ready to put the legs together though. I use elastic stop nuts because they won't work loose. You don't need lock washers or anything like that. This is 5/16 all thread. I just run it down through a little ways. I'm not worried about it. I'll put a flat washer on, and you see these are recessed so that this pipe sets in there and can't move. And all this is a spacer to keep the width apart on the box. We'll put that in there, that in there, this one in here. We'll put another washer on. We line our pipe up in the middle of it. Then we take the other elastic stop nut. We'll put it on there and we'll tighten it down. Get it real close. And we got that one pretty well where we want it. We'll just have to do the same thing up here for the top end of the handle. This all thread is 14.5 inches. All these measurements are going to be on the plans, so just go up there and pick them up and build one of these things. That gives us a set of legs. That means we're about ready to assemble the rest of the box. It's kind of pretty well straightforward and easy. Our T-nuts are already on the inside of it. Now then, the basic idea, if you take this out along, you can take and adjust it for the water depth, whatever height you want. I always try to set it where the bottom edge is right in the water, so when you rock it, it'll pick water up and wash everything off that you put inside it. First, I better snug these down a little. Once you shovel material in here, then you'll dip it down into the water and go back and forth like this. When you do, the water will wash back and forth and the fine material will go down inside and get classified, and then you just take your hand and rake the big rocks off of it and put another shovelful in and do it again. One really unique feature about this is when you get done and get ready to go back home, you take the two top bolts out and make sure the bottom ones are loose, and then you can take and fold this thing up and you watch. And there you are, ready to transport it. Now, what we really need to do is go to the river and try this thing out. So after our big break, well, we're going to do that.
Well, Jack, maybe you can tell us the proper way to set this thing up, and then we'll run some material through it.
Sounds good. Basically, as you see, it's got the legs on it, which you saw us build. You set it up in the water approximately right even with it or just below. And the idea of it is when you put the material in there, it will classify it. It gathers its own water up and washes it back and forth.
All right. Well,
let's run some material.
Okay, now we went prospecting on the beach and we picked up 3 buckets of material that we think is pretty good, tested real well.
Looks
so
good.
We're going to run this stuff. This is straight run material right off the beach that we dug up. And we're going to put you to work here, Jack.
Sounds good. Yeah, Luke.
Now it's classifying, and all the fine material goes down below into the carpet that you saw put in there.
Gotta look for them nuggets while we're cleaning the top off. You just never know.
Well, there could be a nugget in there. There's been known to few one on the beach, but once in a while we get them. Here we go. Now the material that we got here, we did a lot of prospecting and sampling before we found this spot. And it was the richest spot that we found today, so that's why we got 3 buckets of material out of there. Ready for more?
Ready for more.
All right.
Gonna be curious when we clean it up, huh?
Yeah, well, it seems to go through a bucket of material fairly quickly there, Jack.
It does.
Pretty heavy stuff going into it.
It is. Getting a lot of heavy black sand in it. Well, it looks pretty clean in the bottom.
Yeah? You ready to clean it up?
Ready to clean it up, and it's really pretty simple with this. Just remove 2 screws and lift the center section up and slide the carpet out.
2 screws.
Put them in my pocket. I see some gold in there.
So now just take a gold pan and
Rinse it out. Hold that. That looks like it's pretty well got it.
pretty well got it.
Yep.
So just take the carpet and clean it out real good. Okay, let's put her in a gold pan.
I'm curious, are you?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what we got. Now you've got maybe a cup and a half of material there left
Out of
over.
3 buckets?
Yep. We've reduced 3 buckets down to about, well, maybe a cup.
In not a very long time.
It's amazing what a little prospecting will pay off if you do it right. We sampled lots of different spots.
Yes.
And we found this one spot that was pretty well loaded. And you're going to see we get in 3 buckets. That's what we got. Look at that, Jay.
Gee,
It's pretty good for 3 buckets, huh?
that is nice for 3
That good?
buckets. Real good.
Well, I think your machine works. Look at all that fine gold in there.
There's a lot of real fine. Look at it. Nice little.
That's some nice beach gold right there. Well, appreciate you having me on the show and demonstrating this machine. And once again, folks, if you want to build one of these yourself, we're going to have the plans available on goldprospectors.org. Go there and download it, and you can build one for yourself. And then all you got to do is just come up here to Alaska and dig some of this material. I think we got to better go back and get some more. What do you think?
Yeah. How many buckets?
All right, 3 buckets right there. All right, well, thank you.
There's a rainbow of fun and adventure at Alaska's Cripple River Camp, and the colors of this rainbow are made up of many wonderful experiences. Prospect green coastal tundra flowing with clear blue rivers and streams, play in the hue of the midnight sun. View the natural tones of wildlife, fish for silver salmon and trout. Take a scenic ATV safari. Take home some gold and have the Alaska wilderness adventure you've dreamed of. All these colors can be yours for only a $100 deposit. That's right, $100 will start you on your way to your rainbow of fun at Cripple River Camp. Package prices start at only $2,150, which includes airfare, lodging, mining equipment, and all your food. Payment plans are available to put your Alaska colors in reach, and all for a $100 deposit. Call 1-800-551-9707 and get your Alaskan Rainbow of Adventure underway today.
There's a lot of gold for you waiting right here at Cripple River.
Naturally, you're able to get the big nuggets out of your gold pan, but what about all that small stuff? If you're like most prospectors, you have pounds and pounds of black sand concentrates just waiting to be stripped of their fine gold. Here's the quick and easy way of getting the job done. Tom and Perry's Deluxe Cleanup Kit. It includes the one and only water-driven mini sluice, our tried and true 14-inch Gold Catcher gold pan, a 10-inch concentrate pan, 2 gold snuffer bottles, a 20-mesh concentrate sifter, and a black sands magnet to lift the magnetite away from all your fine gold. Plus, you'll receive the must-have mini cleanup kit, which consists of a vial, gold tweezers, and a pouch for small pickers and fine gold. But here's the best part, the all-important step-by-step black sands video to lead you through the simple process of working your fine gold out of your black sands. This product will easily pay for itself in a few uses. It's the fun way to prospect right in your own backyard. Call now to get your Deluxe Cleanup Kit, $39.95 plus shipping and handling while supplies last.
Hey little prospectors, the GPAA has a special prospecting package just for you. Quality 100% cotton t-shirt and junior prospecting kit. Choose from Little GPAA Prospector, Grandpa's Prospecting Buddy, or Daddy's Little Prospector. Every tee features the GPAA logo on the back and comes with their very own junior prospecting kit. Perfect for little hands to pan for gold or just to play for fun. The GPAA Junior Prospecting Kit and t-shirt. Only $19.95 plus shipping. Visit goldprospectors.com or call 800-551-9707.
Early American gold prospectors, those who worked their hides off extracting riches from the land. Their work helped build our great nation into what it is today. Now you can pay homage to our American prospecting heritage with this limited edition GPA United We Stand pin. This patriotic piece proudly waves 2 American flags with a pick, shovel, and gold pan beautifully against a United We Stand shield. The pin is available with a genuine real gold nugget for only $12.95 or without for $7.95. Call 1-800-551-9707 or visit us at goldprospectors.com. Order now.
Do you enjoy the outdoors? Would you like to find some gold? What if you could find gold while enjoying the outdoors? Maybe you've been fishing in a creek, driving through the desert, or hiking in an area where gold was right under your feet. Gold prospectors and treasure hunters in the Great Outdoors magazine can help give you the potential to find gold and other treasures. Your one-year subscription includes full-color photos and stories about signs to look for, areas where gold is being found, how to dig it up, product reviews, and historical treasure legends. You'll receive 6 bi-monthly issues for only $19.95, but that's not all. Each issue also contains a great outdoors segment featuring beautiful pictures, adventure-filled stories about fishing, hunting, and other outdoor activities. You can have the knowledge of gold prospecting and treasure hunting while enjoying your favorite outdoor pastimes for the low price of only $19.95. Call 1-800-551-9707 to order Gold Prospectors and Treasure Hunters in the Great Outdoors magazine, the magazine for every outdoor enthusiast.
I'm David Hass, better known as Buku, and I want to tell you about the Gold Prospectors of America. I've been in this club since 1979. Today we are offering you a chance to join our club. In this package we offer you the Gold Catcher Pan. It's got 4 riffles in it, and it really catches that gold. You also get the sniffer bottle with this that allows you to pull the gold out of the pan. The Surefire Panning Method video. This video covers how to use your pan, your sniffer bottle. It's got George Massey himself on there, the buzzard, both Tom and Perry, Jake Hardwick, and Blueberry John. Blueberry John was a miner and has his particular method called the Blueberry Bounce. When you join our club, you also get the GPAA Claims Guide. The Claims Guide gives you a place to go gold mining. And in there, you have all the claims throughout the United States where you can go and pan gold. And we offer you a choice, either the Claims Guide book, or we can offer you the CD-ROM, which is the same as the book, only this one you can slip right in your computer, laptop, and have it wherever you are, wherever you're mining. You also get the Pick and Shovel Gazette, which updates the claims guide and brings you up to date on any of the happenings. You get a year's subscription to the Gold Prospector magazine, which gives you a lot of information about gold mining, gold dredging, gold on our properties. You get the hat with the GPAA emblem on the front. You get a decal. You get a patch to sew on your shirt. It's a family-orientated club, takes you and your whole family out in the outdoors to enjoy a fun hobby for the fun of panning for real gold.